Thanks for joining us. I'm Daniel Berlant with the Fire Situation Report for today, Monday, August 10th, 2015, coming to you live on Periscope, and thank you for joining us. We're at the CAL FIRE headquarters. This past week and over the weekend was another busy week for firefighters up and down the state. In fact, between CAL FIRE, the U.S. Forest Service, and fire departments across the state, there were nearly 250 new wildfires in just the past week. Now actively burning are 18 large wildfires. I want to jump right over to our interactive Google Fire Map where you can see all those fires that are currently burning. A majority of the fires obviously occurring up in the northwestern part of California. We'll zoom in a little bit and talk about those fires in just a minute. But with these 18 active fires, over 10,000 firefighters are battling these fires, and then there are many more responding to the new fires that ignite every day. Dozens and dozens of fires every single day are ignited here in California, many of which you never hear about because they're contained so quickly. Now, because of all of this fire activity, and to make sure we're getting our firefighters cycled through with getting some rest, we have brought in reinforcements from other states. In fact, we have over 50 fire engines and fire crews from Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico, many of which are on the front lines right now battling these fires. So I want to jump in right away to one of the new fires that ignited over the weekend. That was the Jerusalem fire. It started in Lake County, just south of where the Rocky Fire burned. Here you can see are the two fires. This here is Clear Lake. This is the Rocky Fire. The Rocky Fire, good progress continued made over the weekend. In fact, this fire is holding at under 70,000 acres, 85% contained right now. All evacuations on the Rocky Fire were lifted. But as I mentioned, the new fire, the Jerusalem Fire, right down here, this fire is just burning to the east of the small community of Hidden Valley Lake, northwest of Middletown down here. So the Jerusalem fire ignited on Sunday. It has already grown to 5,000 acres. Again, another fast-moving fire because of the dry conditions. It has forced about 50 homes to be evacuated along the Jerusalem Valley area. Now, fortunately, because of its proximity to the Rocky Fire and because of the success that firefighters have had here on this fire, we've been able to move a lot of those resources down here to the Jerusalem Fire. Now, CAL FIRE's Incident Management Team number 2 that was in charge of the Rocky Fire, because they're set in place, the logistics are there, the base camp is there, they are now managing this fire as well. Obviously, our hope is that it's not going to burn further north as it will burn into the perimeter. The big concern, though, is if this fire continues to burn to the east, which is the direction it was burning yesterday afternoon. Some good and some bad. If it moves further to the east, it gets away from the homes that are over here closer to Hidden Valley Lake. The bad news is, if we start to zoom out, you can see there's just a lot of open land and a lot of dry vegetation for this fire to grow. Again, the Jerusalem Fire, now 5,000 acres. The Rocky Fire just north of it, under 70,000 acres, 85% contained. I want to move over here to the northwestern part of California. This is Trinity County, Humboldt County, two areas that have been hit very hard a couple weeks ago by lightning. Many of these fires are burning on the National Forest. The U.S. Forest Service has a lot of fires that they continue to battle, especially on the Shasta Trinity and the Six Rivers National Forest. Now, they've been making some very good progress on those fires. In one of the fires, that's the Fork Complex near Hayfork, that fire is being managed not only by the U.S. Forest Service, but also CAL FIRE. Good progress being made there. The Fork Fire, in fact, today has burned over 22,000 acres, but it's now 19% contained. So good progress on the Fork Fire. If we move over here to the Mad River Complex, that fire has now burned over 19,000 acres and is 35% contained. It is on the Six Rivers National Forest in Trinity County, though. Here's another one of those complexes, the South Complex. The South Complex is burning also on the Shasta Trinity National Forest in Trinity County. It's burned just over 18,000 acres. It's 5% contained. Obviously, the challenge is in the rocky, rugged terrain out there can be very difficult. Here's another one of the complexes, the Route Complex. That fire is burning both in Humboldt and Trinity County, so there are fires on both sides. That fire has now burned just under 20,000 acres and is 15% contained. So several complexes burning in Trinity County and along the edge of both Del Norte and Humboldt counties. Now, the U.S. Forest Service managing these complexes. A complex is when we take lots of other smaller fires, typically sparked by lightning, and manage them as one incident. And so that's spots where you have several of these complexes. Though there are only 6 icons here, there are many, many fires, and you can see those perimeters all pocked through here that make up those 6 complexes. Again, Trinity County, Del Norte County, that's the area hit the hardest by these fires. As we zoom out, you can see just the magnitude of these 18 fires. There were some new fires that ignited. I want to talk to you about those over the weekend. This is the Deleuze fire. It is burning near the community of Deleuze. So far, it's burned 40 acres, 50% contained on that fire, so that is good news. Several others here are nearing containment. In fact, 85, 90, 95% for many of these fires along the Central Valley in the Central Sierra. You can get this map on our website at fire.ca.gov. That's where you can follow along in this interactive Google map. Zoom into one of these fires. If we didn't cover a fire that you want to know about, you can find the map, get the link from the U.S. Forest Service or from us. But again, the big focus right now continues to be Lake County, where the Jerusalem fire continues to threaten a number of homes. I want to switch over to some photos that were taken of the Jerusalem fire. You can see here, this is yesterday afternoon. This was a very fast-moving fire for hundreds of miles away. You could see this plume of smoke from this fire itself. Here's another shot. You can just see how high up this smoke column was able to get. Now, today's strategy, again, a lot of resources on scene. We're hoping that that fire on the northern perimeter will stop in the area the Rocky fire burned, hoping to stop it from burning further to the east. But again, a very fast-moving fire. I want to switch over to our weather for this week. We are expecting normal temperatures, which is nice, significantly cooler than we had been seeing just a couple weeks ago. But starting today and into the beginning half of the week, we are expecting strong winds across much of northern California. I'll switch over to our red flag warning map. You can see already there's a red flag warning issued by the National Weather Service up here in Del Norte, Siskiyou, Trinity, and Humboldt counties. All this area right here, significant strong winds, and in some of those areas, lightning is a risk as well. So that's going to be a big concern. Now, later into the week, we are expecting here in the northeastern portion along the northern Sierra as well to see very gusty winds. So fire danger will be elevated throughout northern California, especially the northeastern part of the state as well. So be careful if you're in one of those areas. Again, take steps to prevent sparking a fire, because really one less spark means one less wildfire. Before we wrap up, again, I want to just show you the Jerusalem fire. If you're just joining us, 5,000 acres. The Rocky fire, 70,000 acres, just under that, 85% contained. Many complex fires burning in Humboldt, Trinity, as well as Del Norte counties up in the north. A lot of crews, over 10,000 firefighters, as I mentioned, battling 18 active wildfires right now in California. Now, we do have some sad news that we do want to report to you. Over the weekend, up in the Tahoe Basin Management Unit, the Forest Service firefighter battling a small lightning-sparked fire just outside of Lake Tahoe did die while battling that fire. In fact, Michael Hallenbeck gave his life protecting those in that surrounding area and to us here in California. So we do want to take a moment, join our brothers and sisters at the U.S. Forest Service, remembering the firefighter who paid the ultimate sacrifice to keep us safe. Now, for the latest on all these fires, you can always visit our website at fire.ca.gov. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So for now, that's the latest on the fire situation in California. I'm Daniel Berlant. Have a fire-safe week.